What's up, everybody? GWTX7 here, and today is Sunday, of course, and I will be telling you the tale of World of Warcraft. And today's tale is the first heroic dungeon I went to after I reached level 80. So, I finally reached level 80, and me and my brother-in-law, he invited me into a guild, a raid guild. He's like, you just hit 80. I'm gonna help. He helped me as much as he could to get my gear, but he was already had raids and stuff. So the first heroic dungeon he took me to was the Pinnacle. The one up top, I do believe, was the one he took me to, because we went through. I think we did both of those, but. Yeah, we went to the one up top because you had to get that guy who's there. If you don't watch out, he'll get you. And you have to watch where you stand. I think he's like the second boss. You have to watch where you stand because he like throws like something on the ground or he spits something out into the ground. And if you step on it, yeah, it's like a one-hit kill. That was the one we did. Yeah, it's the Pinnacle. Yeah, the top one. Not the bottom one where the dude says he paints your face with his blood. The one at the bottom. That's the bottom one, I think. Yeah, that's the bottom one. The top one. So we went in through there, and we killed well, I had my brother-in-law with me, so we basically wiped the whole dungeon. And there was this dude, okay, he was cool, he was a guildmate, okay, and he was helping me, figure out what to do, you know, because he was a warlock too, he had a warlock, character as well, before what he was playing. I think he was playing a rogue, was it rogue or a shaman, or something. There's another DPS, but he was playing it. He pretty much told me that if I wanted to do the best thing to do if I was going to do raids and heroics was go from demonology to destruction, because it would help with your rain of fire. Because pretty much my brother-in-law took me one day to the training grounds, and he's like, listen, we're gonna find out what we can do. So we did we experimented with every one of my spells that were on my in my spell boxes, you know, and we filled it around until we got a good rotation there. But you know what he told me? He told, just if it's mobs, just spam Rain of Fire, because it was the best damage for mobs. That's what he told me. So I did it, and he's like, yeah, that's cool, you know. So after the dungeon was over, we all talked about what was going on, what we're gonna do. You know, he basically told me that Affliction, which I knew, was for PvP. Okay, and I already knew that. Okay, when I played World of Warcraft in the beginning, I reached more towards PvP. Okay, and my brother-in-law, he liked doing things towards raids and dungeons and all that stuff. I mean, when he first told me, hey, this is a battleground, I'm like, well, what do we do here? And he's like, well, we're going to go in here and we're going to kill, we were two alliance characters. He was like, we're going to kill some Horde. I'm like, okay, so what? Then I got into it, you know, it's like, ooh, because this is when I was on the alliance side and I had a different character, and then I convinced him to come over to the Horde, you know, we've convinced each other to go back and forth throughout the years, okay? It wasn't just me going from the Horde to the Alliance because of him. He's coming from the Alliance over to the Horde because of me too. it's a two-way street there. Okay, we were always flip-flopping sides because we convinced the other one, you need to come back over here. No, you need to come back over here. And then one of us would finally cave in and say, okay, fine, I'm coming. I'm going over. I'm going to the Alliance, or I'm going to the Horde. Okay, fine. Um. Uh. But what? Back to the topic at hand. Affliction, PvP, Demonology was for leveling up, and then Destruction was your end game, which would help you do raids and heroics and stuff. And I switched over, and they told me I needed to go back to the imp because it would the blood pack that it would give you, and I did that too. And it worked out great for me. I mean, earlier on, I have an earlier video that tells you a tale of me saving the group because they were trying to get themselves wiped. You can go watch that video. But it made me a better dungeoner and raider. And, raider. It made me better at dungeons and raidings. Hearing that from someone who also played a warlock. I mean, they switched because they didn't really. They were being honest. They wasn't really happy they got nerfed, and then they just went to a different character. And I'm a stubborn man. I stuck with a warlock. I couldn't switch from anything else. To me it's warlock or bust. And as much as they've fiddled around and did what they've done to it, it's I don't know. I really want the new expansion to come out. I really like playing their game. I wouldn't be telling you tales of World of Warcraft if I didn't love World of Warcraft. I mean, so yeah, that was a good raid. A good dungeon. We went in, we got the first boss with ease. I can't remember what happened to the first boss because I know we killed the first boss, but the battle is not coming to me in all these videos. I say that, bear with me, my memory's fuzzy. But I know we got the first boss, and I remember the second boss because I was told, watch where you stand. This dude's going to and then I think he also has something, you have to move because he pushes something down the way. I don't know. I know something comes at you, and if you don't get out the way real quick, you're going to die. And I learned the hard way. They got the little thing, and it was like, we told you. I was like, well, I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to do damage. I wasn't trying to watch my fighting. That's the one thing I don't like, is when I'm doing damage, because I have to be stationary when I do damage. I have my character has to stand in one spot to cast a Shadow Bolt and a curse, an Immortate. Immortate and Shadow Bolt, I think I have to stand still. I know Curse of Agony is I can't. Jeez, I just played a few hours ago. Yeah, Curse of Agony and Corruption are instants. But Immortate and Shadow Bolt are take casting time, and you have to stand there. You can't. If you move, you stop the cast. So I was probably in the middle of spamming Shadow Bolt, because what I do is I cast Curse of Agony, then I cast, because that's what I was doing. But here's another thing I was told: instead of using Curse of Agony, use Curse of Elements, because it helps you do more damage, and it helps everybody else do more damage. So I did that. I switched over to that too, but at the beginning I was using Curse of Agony, and what I do when leveling, I use Curse of Agony because it's a little bit better when you're just doing solo runs. I'm giving you a whole if you're writing this down, that's cool. You know, I'm gonna be playing a warlock now. Yeah, he's telling me his secrets. He's telling me his secrets. You can probably get better information about a warlock on Wowhead than you can get information about a warlock from me. My memory is vague, and I just played a warlock not 2 hours ago. Okay. Yeah, but that's about it. I know we killed the second boss. We killed the big boss. We killed the third boss, and then we finally took out the final boss. We got gear. I think I did get my first epic. I got a couple epic pieces from there because it was heroic, and trust me, trying to do a heroic by yourself, it's harder than doing it with a group of party members that are in your guild. See, I had the luxury of having my brother-in-law who knew that all I had to do was get gear and I'd be good to go. So that's about it. If you want, tell me your heroic dungeon stories down below in the comments below. If you like the video, you know, the thumbs up button. If you didn't, you always hit this button too. This button is okay, and so is this one. I don't know what's the difference. I guess we're in the Roman Colosseum, and like I said, the lion. I'm fighting the lion. It's an epic battle. If you want the lion to eat me, I guess you get the thumbs down. And if you want me to survive in another fight in the Colosseum, hit the thumbs up button. And I've heard that's not very accurate neither, because this was supposed to mean they spared you, and this means, yay, let it go. I mean, that's what I mean, there's two different arguments there, okay? Alright? I'm not going to go into those details. If I had a time machine, I'd hop into it, drive back into the past, and tell you accurately, but I don't. But like I said, you know, like button, no dislike button. Subscribe if you want. And until next time, bye bye.